Hey all, Kate here from the Emerald Minecart, and today we have some more FNAF merch reveals. Not from Funko, and not from YouTube's, and it's... Yep, today we are looking at Bioworld stuff. Yippee! Now, I will give Bioworld credit. It doesn't look horrible. Well, for Bioworld standards. Now, if you're confused about my hatred for Bioworld, it's mostly because back then, early in the fanbase, most of their earlier merch was either their own original designs that were crappy, or stolen fan content, aka a bunch of stolen fan renders, and if you don't believe me, just ask any other FNAF fan that was around 2014 through 2016, because seriously, the amount of fan content they stole was just... oh my god. And even then, their original designs weren't even good either, so... yeah, I don't really like Bioworld that much. But I will say that all this stuff is not horrible. And also, to get it out of the way, yes, I am very aware that this is targeted towards a more younger audience, aka most of the FNAF fanbase now, so, congratulations to all of the little Timmies that can celebrate with their FNAF socks and FNAF school gear with these honestly kind of nice FNAF hoodies. Because again, if it wasn't obvious, yeah, these are for children, which is most of the FNAF fanbase now. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because believe it or not, but it's actually kind of a heated topic of what FNAF is for. Like, people will argue, oh, FNAF is for kids, and some people will argue, oh, FNAF is for adults, it should be gory, it should have blood, which, side note on that, I actually remember, like, seeing a tweet where, like, someone, like, wished that the FNAF movie was R-rated so children would be traumatized, and no, I'm not joking, that was an actual tweet someone said. It's like, calm down, please. Especially since, here's the thing, I have the personal belief that FNAF can be enjoyed by anyone. You don't have to be a certain age demographic. Sure, it would be cool to, like, have a FNAF game that's for the more older audience, especially since most of the people who are around 2014 are obviously no longer kids. So, you know, something for the older fans definitely would be cool. But personally, I don't really mind seeing, like, FNAF merch that's made for a younger audience. Because, again, I do like to think that you can get into horror at a young age. You just have to find the right franchises. Like, obviously, when you're 5 years old and you want to get into horror, you can't immediately jump into Nightmare on Elm Street or any other horror property that's for a more older audience. You have to start off easy, like, I don't know, like maybe... actually, I was going to say Poppy Playtime regarding the Ban, but knowing how sensitive some FNAF fans are, especially how violent they can be to other indie horror series, I'm just not going to say it, because, again, FNAF fans now, they just hate on other indie horror franchises. They just can't deal with the fact that FNAF isn't the only indie horror series. Small rant aside, though, let's actually look over these fully. So first we have the hoodie, and as we can see, it has some official art, and somewhat of an original design, I guess. And again, as we can see, this is obviously for children, so no, you're not going to see me rocking this one day. Although, hey, you know, if they ever make one in a adult size, then maybe I would rock it. I don't know. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. And then we have the socks, which is also another obvious giveaway that these are for kids. Well, unless you have really small feet, but still. Pretty nice, pretty decent. And then finally, we have a keychain, a lunchbox, a pencil case or pencil holder, and a backpack. Which you can get. I think you can get the keychain by itself. You can get the keychain, the pencil holder, and the lunchbox in a bundle. You can get the backpack by itself, and you can get all of the things mentioned in one big bundle. So yeah. And again, obviously this is aimed for more younger audience. So hey, if you are a parent watching this video and your child happens to like Five Nights at Freddy's, then hey, you can get them this stuff. To be honest, maybe for the next school year they can go to school rocking this. Just make sure they don't get bullied for it, because sadly there are some people out there who still do not understand the fact that people can enjoy things. So, yeah, but still, to be honest, again, like I mentioned, if you are a parent of someone who likes FNAF, or you have a nephew or someone in your family who likes FNAF, and you're on the more younger side, then this stuff is definitely for them. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. So, yeah. I honestly can't believe I'm saying this, but to be honest, that wasn't horrible. Especially since, again, for normal standards, it's not the greatest. But for Bioworld standards, that stuff looked pretty good, honestly. So, yeah. So, anyways, will you probably be getting one of the items, or because of the demographic that merch is for, will you be asking your parents to get them? Because I only say that because I know there's a possibility that someone who isn't old enough to have their own bank account watches my videos. I know damn well that there's obviously minors who watch my channel. And I don't mean that as people who are teenagers. I don't mean that. Even if, to be honest, I would say that teenagers are a part of my audience, but I do say I would not be surprised if I discovered there were kids under the age of 13 watching my YouTube channel. I've had that before, when I was doing one of my Minecraft survival series, I discovered that there was a kid somewhere around 8 years old watching my content, which to an average viewer you might think that's kind of a bad idea, because I'm not really listen, I'm not going to claim that I'm family friendly, but I'm also not going to claim that my content is for a mature audience, because I've probably said this multiple times, but I like to say that my content can be enjoyed by anyone, even if I make some things that are obviously for an older audience. But honestly, as long as I'm not being sued over it, or I'm not being threatened over it, I honestly don't care if you watch my content. As long as it's not affecting you in a bad way, especially if you're a lot younger. Personally, I don't really care about, the type of people who watch my content, honestly, because, again, sure, I plan on doing YouTube as, part of my job, but, again, I also do YouTube for fun, so, no, especially since, again, I'm not going to be relying on just YouTube to make money. I have some other things planned as well, which, if you've seen some of my shorts, you would know that I've teased some, possible merch, so, if you like me so much, you would want to give me some money for some physical items, then, you know, just get ready to, see some merch that will be sold on Etsy. So yeah, just, prepare yourselves. And hey, maybe one day we can get to the goal of, you know, a official T3 in Productions U2s. Maybe U2s, maybe am I a huge sellout? Will I probably be a sellout? I will probably be a sellout, but let's be honest, I'm going to try to sell out in a creative way. So, yeah. But, yeah, anyways, that was it for this video. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye!